Hey guys, so we have 2 days left until the Legends Festival officially begins, and technically in less than 24 hours we have the Reveals and Stuff stream, where we should figure out pretty much all the information left that there is to know about at least part 1 of Legends Festival. Whatever character is coming, whether it's going to be an LF or an Ultra character. By the way, I think if we're going to get an Ultra character, it's probably going to be during New Year's, not Black Friday, but we'll see. What Zenkais we're going to get, what free-to-play units we're going to get, what kind of other updates they're going to throw in there as well. So it should be a pretty jam-packed reveal and stuff tomorrow. Of course, I will be covering that. I'll be making videos on it and going over all the information that they give to us tomorrow. But this is sort of like the final preview of information that they're giving us here. So they didn't really put much into this. Obviously, it's only a minute and a half long. And there's one thing to cover pretty much in here, which is which is this right here. A certain character Zenkai awakens at last. That's it. Basically, he just said that there's a character that's going to be Zenkai Awakening that is a character that people have been waiting for and asking for a while. So, that's not much to go off of, but there's only a handful of characters I think that really fit that bill. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be going through a list of, how many characters is this? Like 8 or 9 that I have pulled up here, that I think are possible candidates for who this could be. So obviously there's some more likely than others, and there's some that I would like to get one over others. So we'll start off with my first pick, which is going to be Super Saiyan 4 Goku. No, I don't seriously think it's going to be this guy just because of the way that they worded this. At last. This guy came out in what, like April or May or something like that. I think it was like the end of April or something, right? And I wouldn't really consider that to be at last, right? That was like 7 months ago. So, I mean, me personally, I think this guy like desperately needs it. I haven't recorded this video yet, but the next showcase I'm going to put up is going to be this guy getting double Zenkai buffed with the Zenkai GT Vegeta on the team with him to help him get buffed up. But if he doesn't look good in that video, he'll literally never look good unless he gets a Zenkai. So it's kind of sad because he's obviously much newer than some of the other Zenkai units, or some of the other LF units that are not Zenkai'd yet. So I guess we'll see how they'll handle this guy, but they really did not do this guy justice whatsoever. So he would be my pick personally. I thought the GT Vegeta would be like, I guess, like foreshadowing this guy's Zenkai coming, but I just, based off of just the wording here, it's kind of like, I don't think so anymore. So I guess maybe it's not going to be this guy. I think what everyone's thinking on top of their head is it's probably going to be Super Vegito. He's probably, well, definitely the most requested character to get a Zenkai in the game. And they also said that his Zenkai will greatly, quote-unquote, power up the character. So definitely one of the more likely candidates, I would say, for a Zenkai. And then, honestly, keep in mind, if they do Zenkai this character, like, he's already like one of the best bench units in the game, if not simply the best bench unit in the entire game for the Fusion Warrior team. He's giving 30% strike attack and defense and 12% to maximum health. No other character really does something as potent as this at all for the team. So this guy's like a must run on the bench already for the team. And now that we have the leader slot here, I feel like you just put this guy, if they actually like go ahead and make this guy like ridiculously busted, I feel like you just put this guy as a leader for every single team, right? That's the major concern that I have with this, and it's only because of the way that they design this character. And keep in mind, it's only at 14 stars, right? Because if you don't have this guy at 14 stars, he doesn't have the HP buff in his kit. It's only at 14 stars where he picks this up, and that was sort of like a weird decision they made back in the day when 7 stars was the maximum. He got the extra HP buff at 7 stars, which back in the day was extraordinarily difficult to do. So but yeah, he has this extra buff at 14 stars. So if you have this guy at 14 stars, and if they do end up making this character like mega busted when they Zenkai him, again, I feel like he's just like an auto-include into every team as a leader, right? And then you just have an extra 12% HP to play with for the rest of your team. It sounds ridiculous to me. So that's the only thing I'm concerned with, but we'll see how they handle it. The next character is obviously going to be the other LF character that people have been sort of wondering is coming. And it's the LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. the green one, who's also fairly old. He was actually the Zenkai that came out next after the Super Vegito did. So back in 2019, I think it was like, I think it actually was it October? Actually, who did he come out? Wait, was it Super Saiyan 3 Goku and then this Vegeta? I think actually it was. Yeah, I think it was Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Boo, and then the next month actually it was Vegeta and Red Rose. So yeah, I think it was. I think it went Super Vegito, Kid Boo, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then LF Green Evolution, or not Evolution, LF Green Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Red Rose. I think is what it went. So obviously we've had the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai for a while, so pretty much these are the two oldest LF characters without Zenkai Awakenings at this point, because we have Goten now, we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, we have Frieza, Piccolo, all those characters, so really we're only waiting on these two, and I feel like, you know, a lot of people have been speculating that LF Spirit Sword Trunks, or Sword of Hope Trunks, whatever you want to call it, is probably going to be the next LF coming, and that's probably going to be the big LF for Black Friday, Legends Festival, the first one. So if they do end up doing the Sword of Hope Trunks LF character next, then this, in my opinion, does fit more with the theme than Super Vegito does. I just look at the wording though, and I'm like, at last, like, are people really asking for this guy's Zenkai? I know some people definitely are, but when you compare this guy to this character, like, who are people asking for more? And I'm gonna tell you for sure that it's Super Vegito. But definitely this guy would help a lot of his teams, right? Vegeta Clan definitely get a massive buff from this. God Key definitely get a massive buff from this. Future would definitely get a massive buff from him. I think the only thing is he doesn't actually buff the Future tag, right? I think it's just God Key and Vegeta Family. Yeah. So that's the only thing there. But this guy, I would definitely be pretty scared of this guy's Zenkai, just because this main ability is still to this day insanely powerful. 50 key double card draw speed and an ultimate that locks you in. Yeah, that's with Zenkai stats and an update to his kit and then 2 more unique abilities, like, this guy would be incredibly, like, frightening to fight against. So that's the only thing I'm worried about here, but I could definitely see this guy being the Zenkai they're talking about here. Next we have Golden Frieza. The reason I put this guy on the list is because we have the Let's Go Legends event. And when they posted this initially, a lot of people were wondering, you know, hey, what if Golden Frieza is going to get a Zenkai? Because they paired him up with Purple Broly and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who both have Zenkais, and they sort of put the Frieza in the front here, right? So we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the front of the Saiyan thing. He's the Zenkai. We have Golden Frieza in front of the LOE one. He's not a Zenkai. And then we have the Purple Broly sort of in front here for the movies tag, and he's a Zenkai. So it's kind of strange that they decided to have the Zenkai representative of the Lineage of Evil one be cooler when he's, like, in the back there. So I feel like this is solid evidence for him to be potentially getting a Zenkai soon, this Golden Frieza. And he's definitely a unit that would help the Lineage of Evil team a lot, because we take a look at the actual Lineage of Evil team, the best green they have is Metal Cooler, who's definitely not bad, but I wouldn't really consider Metal Cooler to be, like, a dominant, like, mega powerful green unit for this team anymore. So, I mean, this team would definitely benefit a lot from a green Golden Frieza Zenkai, so that's sort of what my thought process was behind Golden Frieza. But I mean, again, how many people are really asking for Golden Frieza Zenkai besides, like, me? So we'll see. Next we have Green Bardock. This is definitely a character that people have been asking for a Zenkai for a long time. This guy was, like, one of the original oppressive characters because of the locking, the no switching ability. He was the first character to introduce this mechanic where, you know, a traditional 10-second lock-in where you just activated your main ability and you were stuck, and there was zero counterplay. To this day, this is one of the most overpowered, oppressive abilities in the entire game. To be able to lock your opponent in for 10 seconds, and guess what? There's literally nothing they can do. There's no counterplay. If you have them in a combo and you lock them in, like, you just rush them and you kill them, right? It's just that simple. So the ability to be able to do that at will with the main ability, you just click the main ability, it's so annoying. It's powerful. So I feel like that's the reason why they're so hesitant to Zenkai characters like this, Yellow Gohan, Blue Ribrianne, characters that just have, like, an auto lock button with their main ability. They have, like, purposely not Zenkai Awoken those characters because of that, because of how annoying and oppressive this mechanic is. But, you know, Bardock, Green Bardock, was one of the more popular characters in this game's history. I remember when his banner came out, he came out with the Blue Pod Frieza, and people were going crazy for him. So I feel like he's a pretty requested Zenkai character, but is he worthy of this, you know, you know, finally this character's getting a Zenkai. I don't know. Probably not, but he's at least worth considering. And then the same goes for this next character, Super Saiyan God Goku. People definitely been asking for this guy's Zenkai for a long time. He's definitely not usable anymore. His Z ability is still really good though, so you could run him on bench for God Ki. I actually still use him on my God Ki team. 22% health and 25% to crit. Like, that's a solid Z ability for the bench. So definitely a decent character that you could bring. And again, this is another sort of situation where if they do Zenkai this character and they do make him like really powerful, it's a similar situation to Super Vegito, where you just throw him in the leader slot on any team, and he's providing this to the whole team as a unit you bring into battle because he's good with the Zenkai. So we'll see if they do that. But I think if I was going to pick one character out of this list that I chose of the least likely to get a Zenkai, probably it would be this God Goku, even though he's been pretty highly requested. And I honestly, the next character is probably one of the more highly requested ones, which is Red Rose. And I guess you could sort of stick him hand in hand with this green Vegeta because they came out together. That was one of the most hype banners ever, by the way. Like, this first ever Rose Goku Black, and then they pair him up with this like ridiculously powerful Vegeta. This Vegeta was the best unit in the game when he came out. Like, this Vegeta next to this Rose, like, that banner was insane. Like, I remember when that came out. I got super shafted on this banner. I couldn't pull this guy to save my life. But, yeah, Red Rose is definitely a character that people have been asking for a Zenkai for a long time. And I've constantly seen people asking, even like now, people have been asking for his Zenkai. So again, if they do end up going with the LF Sword of Hope Trunks, this is a character that they could definitely put as a Zenkai, and it would make sense thematically. So we'll see if they end up doing that. He would be a nice addition to like God Ki, Powerful Opponent, Future, you know, all these teams that could actually use the help, especially God Ki, right? I mean, we have some okay red units for God Ki right now. I mean, I say units, but it's really just Merge Zamasu. I mean, at least with the leader ability, you could slide in like, you know, other red characters to this team to actually work on the team, even though they're not on the tag because of the way the leader slot works. But if you want to run like an actual like pure God Ki setup, like traditional God Ki setup, this is a nice addition to the team if he's going to be Zenkai'd. So that's a nice option for some other teams as well. And again, I think this is actually a very, very highly requested Zenkai. So again, I think if I was going to put these in order of how likely to, like most likely to least likely, I would probably, let me just get rid of this. So most likely, I would probably say Super Vegito. Then probably you. Then probably you. Then probably Bardock. Then probably you. And then I'd probably go like this. This is my order. I think this is most likely. Then Vegeta, Rose, Bardock, Super Saiyan 4, Golden Frieza, and Red Goku. So personally, I would like to see this. Make this guy usable, please. But I mean, who else fits this like better than Super Vegito does? I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below who you think will be the next Zenkai coming to the game, and I'll see you all in the next one.